Nothing.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
1420 Sports Podcast, 4 beer sports talk, and a whole lot more. Dave, one of my favorite segments we get to about every 2 weeks now. We got some other things going on, which have been working out quite well for the show. But Who is Better, brought to you by SeatGeek and SeatGeek.com. Make sure you get your tickets and use promo code 1420pod. That's 11420pod. You get $20 off your first purchase to tickets, your sporting event or a concert, where you want to go to. Anyways, Dave, who is better? It's quite simple. I give 2 names. You tell me who's better. We'll debate it and go from there. Good?
I like it.
Who is better, Dave? Mookie Betts or Bette Midler? I don't know.
You know what? I bet you Bette Midler has a lot more money, to tell you the honest to God truth. But
do you think she's loaded? Like, I know she's rich beyond belief, but Mookie's making 30 a year, I think, isn't he?
I bet you Bet had a couple years over 100 mil. Like that wind beneath my wings garbage back in the day. And she was on everything.
The only thing that I know Bette Midler from is that Seinfeld thing where she got ran over at home plate by George. I don't know, and Wind Beneath My Wings. I don't know much about Bette Midler. I mean, she's a New York Broadway icon. I don't know much about her. But who's better, Dave? Mookie Betts or Bette Midler?
I'll take Mookie Betts all day. Like, because Bette Midler, like even when she was at the peak, I think she's a poor man's Barbra Streisand.
You might get some pushback from our New York listeners, but whatever.
No, Barbra Streisand's a queen. She's an absolute queen. I 100%.
See, I don't.
Oh, fuck. That's one talented person. Oh,
you were gonna say something different there, Dave.
I was gonna say. I'm glad I caught myself. Yeah, she's one talented woman.
Where am I gonna go here? Dave, number 2. Who is better, George Jefferson or that no good cheating Houston Astro? Now it's Toronto Blue Jay. Hell of a player, George Springer. Who is better, George Jefferson from the Jeffersons moving on up, or George Springer?
Oh, 100% Sherman Wemsley on that one. He took a bit part in Archie Bunker in All in the Family. Moved it into his own sitcom, which was as funny, if not funny.
I think it was funnier. It didn't move the needle as much social wise years on, but it was really good.
And then turn it into bit parts on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and what have you. It's kind of funny you mentioned this, because there was a thing on Twitter I saw, the age. Wheezy, his wife in the show, was 12 years older than him in real life.
Really?
Yeah. Like he was 39 and she was 52. It blew my mind when I saw it, and I didn't fact check it. Do it yourself. Maybe it came across your own Twitter feed, whoever is listening right now. But yeah, Wheezy was far older than he was. And that was Sherman Hemsley is his name. That's a funny motherfucker. I
love that strut he had going across the room to answer the door.
Oh yeah, the Connor, like he was Connor McDavid before
something else. That strut he had was that was quite good. I had one written down here but I changed it mid stroke here. Who is better, Dave? Jackie Gleason or Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan, I wasn't big on the kung fu movies and everything. I get it. He's doing his own stunts. He's quite a talented individual. Jackie Gleason, I'm clearly too young for the honeymooners.
Funny.
But I just watched last or what it was about a month ago. Kaylee was out for you know what? It might have been when Kaylee was on COVID. Jasper and I watched Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went for dinner. We went to Luigi's, me and you,
right.
and Deanne. Yeah.
Buford T. Justice.
Yeah.
You asked my son about Buford T. Justice. That was Jackie Gleason. And I'm taking Jackie Gleason in this one by a bit because
I forgot he was. I didn't forget he was in that, but I forgot that was a movie, which is sad because they were so great in the mid '80s when I was first becoming a human being, and it was stuff I shouldn't have been watching or listening to. But I was like 82, 83, so I was 8, 9, 10 years old. It was great, and it kind of made me who the man I am today. You know,
Buford T. Justice is Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason with the swearing behind you, like whatever, who cares? Fuck, whatever.
That simmering rage where like you don't mess with me, guy. Like that's comedy to me.
And that's the thing, Dave. Like I learned to swear at a young age, not just, and I'm sure my parents knew that I was swearing at a young age, and I never got in trouble because I was allowed to watch these movies that were back in the mid '80s, like Porky's and the rest. Like it was just, I swear a lot.
My son has a pretty good potty mouth, and like he does know the difference. He really does. Like when we're out in public, he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But when it's the three of us, him, his mom, and I, and when he's mad, he's allowed to swear a little bit, and then they'll come along. Okay, that's it. Smart enough. And then when he's joking, right? Like he doesn't drop the F-bomb, but he's pretty free with both bullshit and shit, and he presses the boundaries about what he thinks is proper.
I remember, Dave, there was when I was living in Vernon, BC, and I came home for Easter.
How old were you?
Oh, I was 20. Fuck me.
Okay, so you're allowed to
22 years ago. So I was 25. I come home for Easter, and I said, "Hey, Mom and Dad, have you guys seen this Trailer Park Boys thing? Sunday night, Easter dinner, we'd eaten, family all went left." I didn't realize how much they swore until I was sitting with my mother listening to how much they swore. I was like, oh, this isn't really that good. Because I never said the F word. I swore like a bastard, but never the F word from my mother until I was about 27, 28.
What's the worst swear word in your household? Fuck or goddamn?
Fuck. Like my house here, like with Deanne, or
no.
Oh, with Margaret?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, see, like goddamn was punishable back in my day. Like you weren't allowed to say goddamn. And then like even to this day, it's God. I'm not a goddammer. I'm more of a vulgar swearer as opposed to
there was a guy I used to work with, Carl Murphy, because that's every Newfoundlander's name is Carl Murphy. That was his line. Well, that's a goddammer. That's a goddammer.
And it's kind of funny, and that's my rearing. Yeah. Because if you took the Lord's name in vain in the school I went into, like you got corporally punished.
Struck by lightning.
No, struck by a stick or a hand or something, like either on the ass or the hand. Like you got fucking punished.
We don't talk about the Catholic Church or anything else. We'll move on, Dave.
I never got molested.
Well, that's good. Who is better, Albert Einstein or Albert Pujols?
Einstein, come on, stop it. Like science wins the day every single time.
I disagree.
Albert Pujols isn't even in the greatest of his generation.
Okay, but hear me out. Don't just shake your head before you, like I see you shaking your head and rolling your eyes at me.
I'm stoic.
Albert Einstein only has a theory. what Albert Pujols did is actual reality.
Albert Pujols is an athlete playing in Major League Baseball today.
Yep.
Albert Einstein developed his theory in the 1940s.
It's a theory.
But we still know his name 80 years later.
But it's a theory.
We know his name 80 years later. Is anyone
going to... So Albert Pujols will be in the Hall of Fame in 80 years.
Are we going to be speaking of Albert Pujols in 80 years?
What? I'm asking you as an actual human being here. Because I don't know. I'm not a science guy. I'm a fucking sports idiot, blah, blah. How is my life better because of Albert Einstein?
We don't know that because the work he did as a scientist, as a physicist, has made changes to our lives that we don't even know. I think things that he has done enabled the space program. I think it's enabled the nuclear program. Oh, no,
it's theory.
I know this. No, I know that the work he did as a scientist changed the world that we live in right now in countless ways that we can't even measure. That's why.
That one's up for debate. We'll call that one a draw between me and you, Dave.
If there is, I would absolutely love someone to prove me right on this one. That Albert Einstein has made a marked difference on our lives.
I don't know. Like, all I hear is a theory. Well, I have theories too. No one fucking publishes those.
Okay, but who else?
I got all kinds of theories.
80-year-old theories. 80-year-old.
I've only had 47 years to figure these theories out. Give me 33 more years. We'll put them out there. Okay. Who is better, Dave? Dave Chappelle or at his height, David Beckham?
This one I'd like to take a pass on because I don't think Dave Chappelle is as funny as most people think he is.
I think he's thought-provoking.
Without a doubt. I don't dig on him. I think he's really funny and thought-provoking and pokes the bear in an easy way.
Just enough to get conversation started. That's why I like him.
Yeah. Beckham, you're not a chump by being on the England national team. Like you're clearly a star, right? And
did the hype equal the skill?
We'll call that a draw, right? Like in Marrying Posh, and I was a Spice Girl fan. We all know I'm.
We'll stop right now. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, I do need somebody with a human touch. I do not. I want to call this a draw, and it's kind of an apathy draw. Like I really don't care for either of them, but I will recognize their influence on their genres. How's that?
We'll do two. That was very politically correct. We got two more. Randy Savage, the Macho Man, or Randy Moss. This one's tough because they're both really good.
They're really good, and Macho was my dude. I loved him. Have I told the story on the podcast about going to the Sportsplex for actually paying for a fucking seat to watch watch WrestleMania in the Sportsplex?
Yeah.
I've told that story where Macho dropped the elbow on Hulk Hogan and
that was in WrestleMania 4, I think, or 5. Yeah,
it was really early. I was only 16 years old. I was such a big Macho Man Randy Savage fan. I love that motherfucker. Randy Moss in the peak of his career, I 100%. I loved him. I loved him too. These are like, if this one's funny, it's because just right after the Chappelle and Beckham thing, these are two guys I really dug because there's so many people that really didn't hate him, but that kind of hated him, but I loved him so much. I'm gonna take I'm going to take Randy Moss on this one because I think Randy Moss is the greatest receiver ever to play in the NFL.
Wow.
And him hanging the moon to the Green Bay fans in that playoff game as a tiebreaker. I think Randy Moss is the greatest receiver ever to play in the NFL.
Not Keyshawn?
Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice. Randy Moss is better Randy Moss is a better receiver than Jerry Rice. Better. He's the single best player ever to play that position in the NFL. Randy Moss.
Not Keyshawn? That's my USC fandom talking there. That's my USC thing. Seriously, not Keyshawn. Anyways, last one. I put it up on the Twitter account and Facebook account earlier on. Last one for the night, Dave. Who is better, Jose Cuervo or Jose Altuve?
Jose Cuervo's a tough one, right? Because there's different brands and levels of the things you have with Jose Cuervo, right?
There's different situations you get yourself into with Jose Cuervo.
Exactly. And Jose Altuve is always good, but he may have an edge, right? So do you know what you're getting, or is someone coming with an added thing? I'm going to take Jose Cuervo because you can't trust what you're getting with Jose Altuve.
I put it up there. I thought there were some very, very funny responses that made me laugh quite a bit. The one was Jose Altuve cheated. Jose Cuervo makes you cheat. Yeah, Cuervo's so much better. And Adam Halsey said they both make me sick. So, there's different responses on Jose Cuervo and Jose Altuve. Yeah. I can't do tequila. I like a margarita. I can't do shots. I can't. I will.
It 100% depends on the brand that you're drinking.
Yeah.
Like, until I tasted good tequila, I didn't know good tequila existed. Like, that shit they poured here in Lethbridge, Alberta back in the day, it was awful. Fucking awful. Prairie fire. You gotta have a prairie fire.
Cool.
I don't gotta have a prairie fire. You know what? You guys are throwing those up. I'm gonna fucking throw it on the floor and pretend I drank it. I did that. People that bought me that shit, I poured after the age of 21. I poured more on the floor than I did down my gullet.
Really?
Oh yeah. Fuck that shit.
Anyways, no, Dave, fun show tonight. We started off informative. We got a little bit silly near the end of it, which we always hope to do, and I hope we entertain the masses and hope people keep listening. We're approaching the 30,000 download mark, which is a huge accomplishment for our little show. We've come a long ways from the basement down here in the tavern. Quite proud of what we got going on. Be sure to help our sponsors out, who help us out. Fans Edge, SeatGeek, Manscaped, and Bodog. We'll put all the links out there. Jim's taking care of the commercials. We did a few reads today, so we're very good. But most importantly, the 1420 Sports Podcast, 4 Beer Sports Talk, and a whole lot more. Take care of each other. More important, take care of yourself year round. Keep your stick on the ice, and what else?
Don't sing at high pitches. Get it?
I got it.
Don't sing at high pitches, Jimmy. I'm totally looking forward to hearing your song, buddy.
Jim's videos out tomorrow. Sweet Desiree. We'll put it on our social media accounts. You guys make sure you listen and tell them how good it is and everything else. We'll talk to you guys again on Thursday night.
Pass it on. Support our sponsors, please. That's all I can say. We finally got some sponsors to help you guys out who have been listening to us for so long. We appreciate that. Support them because they support us. And then who knows what's coming forward.
We can almost buy a bag of popcorn with all the support we got.
Well, that's one more bag of popcorn than we had last week.
Deanne can eat popcorn.
I can bet. That fucking chick, I saw her eat chicken wings.
Jeez, it's unbelievable. It's
I
unbelievable.
imagine. Would you just put a strap around it and put it on her face like a feed bag?
It's a fucking feed bag. It's a fucking feed bag. Orville Redenbacher feed bag.
That's great to me.
I'm glad she doesn't listen. Anyways, 1420 Sports Podcast. Four Beers First Talking a whole lot more. Sweet Desiree from Jimmy Valentine.